Hi! How'd you get in here? What are you talking about? I was so drunk last night I couldn't possibly... Oh. Well, in that case... breakfast? That's right, horror fanatics. It's breakfast time here on the Nightmare Nerd, and for my latest review video, I am going to be reviewing this little item, the skull egg mold. This is a fun little novelty item. It was very cheap and easy to acquire, only about $2 or $3 on Amazon, really. And I suppose it's actually a little more cute than it is scary per se, but oh, it's a more than welcome addition to this horror's kitchen. This is not actually rubber as it may initially look, it is silicone, which is why it is able to withstand the heat of your frying pan as you shape your eggs into a nice creepy little skull. This could also be used, I suppose, for pancakes, for cookies, and for other kinds of pastries. So it's very lightweight and actually very easy to store because it can squish up. But I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that too often because you'll probably ruin the shape over time. Definitely store this someplace dry and relatively cool because otherwise the silicone might start to dry out and it will break. So I suppose without any further ado, we should get on to demonstrating. Now then, you're going to want to get a pan going good and hot. I definitely suggest non-stick. Works much better with the egg mold. And you're going to want to just spray your pan down lightly in preparation for cooking your eggs. You're going to let that heat up for a few minutes and then we'll be ready. Alright, now that our pan has had several minutes to heat up, we're going to gently lay our mold down into it and we're going to crack our eggs. Now you have to be a bit delicate when you do this because you don't want to break the yolk and you've got to kind of distribute the white evenly. So let's give this a shot. There we are. Good. Come on, come on. Get off. And there you go. And now egg number 2. Let's get a little more white into the teeth area. In you go. Very good. As you can see, it's leaking out a little bit. That can be a little tricky, but it shouldn't ruin the effect overall. You just pull that right off afterward. You want to give these a good 2-3 minutes just to cook up nice and firm, but not too long because it'll be difficult to remove the mold otherwise. So we'll be back in a few. Alright, our egg has been cooking away for a little bit here. So we are just going to very gently scoop the mold up and plate it. A flexible spatula such as this is a definite plus. Makes it a little easier to pick up. And don't let other YouTube videos fool you, my friends. You've got to be very delicate as you do this, because again, you don't want to break the yolk. So here we go. Oh, ho, ho, you can hear those eggs crisping up. Let's get it plated. And doesn't that look pretty? There we are. And wait, there's more that you can do, and I will be demonstrating. We are also going to try pancakes. But first, let's get this mold off the egg. And again, you've got to be rather delicate doing this because you don't want to break it too much. Ooh, still nice and hot. Ooh. Come on, get off, get off. Gently, 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 gently. Ooh, nice and hot. Ooh. There we go. That's actually one of the best ones I've done yet. There you have your skull eggs, and as many other videos will demonstrate, you can put some pieces of bacon to form a nice skull and crossbones, but I wouldn't recommend eating too much bacon, even though I did pig out on Count Porcula in a previous video. We'll be back in a few minutes to show you pancakes. Alright, we're back, and now we're going to be trying some pancakes with the skull mold. And yes, I'm using some instant ready pancake mix here. I'm a little lazy in this respect, I guess. But let's get some drizzled in there. Oh wow, that firms up very fast. As you can see, it is going to get in the eyeballs here, but that's easily rectifiable once we pull the mold off. So we shouldn't have too much trouble with that. Nonetheless, it firms up very quickly here. So these pancakes are going to be perfect. We'll be back in a few. And there you have it, folks, the skull mold. The egg mold, the pancake mold. Oh, I know my results aren't as perfect as other YouTube videos might present, but I think mine are a little more realistic for the amateur, as I obviously am, which I like to think I'm getting better as I go, and thank you to anyone who has noticed. So, this is a great item, especially since we are now approaching Halloween. This will be great for any of you who have little ones that you want to entertain in spooky fashion. So, the skull egg mold is definitely worth the investment. It's, as I said, a little more cute than scary, but it's a welcome addition to a horror lover's kitchen, and it will work out great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a little business to attend to.